Hello viewers and welcome to Martin Private Studio. Today I'm going to show you what Musescore is and how to make it work for you, even if you can't read music. Scenario: you've got a bunch of repertoire to learn for your recital. Let's say you're an undergrad degree, let's just say. Don't have time to learn it, right? I mean, you got your core classes going on, you got your regular music classes going on. On top of that, you got choir, maybe choir. Who cares about choir? Well, never fear, because here's a way to cut learning that repertoire in half, at least by half. So whether you're a student with too much work on your hands, or you're an adult with a 9-to-5 with too much work on your hands, this method can help you lighten the load. So Musescore is essentially a free Sibelius / finale without as many features. You might be thinking, man,
I don't have time to learn the music. I definitely don't have time to write it out.
Trust me, I used to fret over this same situation. It wasn't until late in my first semester of undergrad that I found out I only have to write the vocal part to my scores. Once I realized this, it took me no time whatsoever to write out my recital rep, my opera score rep, my choral rep. College life became a breeze.
I mean, once you uphold a 4.0 for like your first 2 years, what else is there to do?
Next, once I started my master's degree in Las Vegas, I started picking up random small gigs in small opera houses, did recitals in other small companies, as well as upholding a 9-to-5 and working for the school, teaching a small studio. I was able to juggle all of that, okay? On top of learning repertoire for myself and for the recitals for the school, as well as recitals outside of school, as well as whatever productions I was in, on top of school life, master's degree life, which actually doesn't seem as bad as undergrad life. Hold out, undergrads, wait till masters, it gets easier, I promise. So I'm gonna tell you the trick in this program that we're gonna be using, and that trick is gonna be hotkeys, baby. Any good audio engineer knows that when you're dealing with a DAW, digital audio workspace, the hotkeys. If you don't know how to work the hotkeys, you're not gonna get nothing done. With that being said, Musescore is about the hotkeys. So this can be done either with the top number keys and your mouse, and or you could do this with the top number keys and your number pad. If you don't have one, you can use the other, you know. First, we're gonna download Musescore. As you can see, you type in Musescore at the top here in Google or whatever you use. Then you're gonna go, probably the first one that's gonna come up, musescore.org. Free music composition program. It's gonna say free download. You're gonna click free download. And from here, you can proceed to, from here, it's just going to bring you to the save screen. You're gonna save that to the designated folder you want. I have downloads here. I'm just going to, because I've already installed it, I'm gonna cancel. You're going to start that up. It's going to install Musescore. And thus begins your slow descent into greatness. Alright guys, so once you have downloaded and installed Musescore 3, we are going to come over here and you're going to be greeted by the project menu. And we're going to create a new score. Pow! You're going to create a title for your new score. And I have here on the right pulled up Caro Mio Ben. Caro Mio Ben. And we are just going to title it Caro. We're going to press enter, and as you can see, so guys, if you are not knowledgeable in music theory, it is not an issue whatsoever. But I'm going to highlight the 4 things to make note of whenever you are copy and pasting your project. One is the clef. If you're a soprano and tenor and a mezzo, you're most likely singing in treble clef. Sometimes mezzo sing in alto clef, but I don't think that's important. If you're a baritone bass or a bass baritone, it's obviously you're in the bass clef. When you click on one of these clefs, you just match the clef with what's on the sheet music, what's on your solo line right here. So as you can see here, this is a treble clef. For those who don't know, we're gonna call it weird 8, and we're gonna go next, right? And now the next thing you want to pay attention to is the key signature. So if you don't know what a key signature is, then you're just going to match how many of these weird Bs. We call them flats. You're going to match however many of these weird Bs with how many Bs you see over here on the project screen. So I see 3. So I'm going to press next. And then last but not least, the last 2 things are the time signature. And right here, it has a C. And so that means for us common time, but you're just going to see a C and you're going to click the C. And the last thing is the tempi. Our tempi says 60 and I have changed. You make sure you hit the click button so you can change the tempo. And I have it already set to 60. So I'm going to click finish. So check this out. Here are the hotkeys I want you to be aware of. Numbers 2 through 7. Right? As you can see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 all change note values. But for us in the project's sake, as you can see in the project on the first measure, it is changing the rest value. And the reason it is changing the rest value is because of our next hotkey, in. And as you can see, I'll press in a couple of times here. You can see the highlighting of the in going between the rest and the in. Now, what this does is it changes your ability from picking a rest count to picking note values. And again, this is where music theory knowledge will help you write this out faster. But if you don't, you just play the matching card game. So we'll come across the other hotkeys as we go along, because that's why I picked this piece, because we'll be using all of the hotkeys that are necessary. So the first thing we come across is in measure 5. We start right, and we have a half rest. What I'm gonna have you do is press in. Make sure the rest up top is highlighted. Then I'm going to have you press 6. And now we have a half rest. And I'm going to have you press the right arrow on your arrow keypad. If you don't have the right arrow keypad, then just click the next rest or the next note value. And now you're going to press in and make sure the note value or the in on the top left of your screen is highlighted. And you're going to press the quarter note. Or you're going to match the first note that you see on the score with the notes on the top left. So you see it has a stem. Now the stem is going down. Doesn't matter if it's going down or up. You're just going to match what the note looks like. So we got 5, which is a quarter note for us. And then it is on an E. So I'm going to press E. But if you don't happen to know note values, you're just going to take your mouse and you're going to go boop and you're going to put it on the E. Or you're going to put it where the note is on the score. You can see the stem now matches the stem in the score, which is what we want. Now the next hotkey here we're going to look at is the period. So the period here, as you can see, highlights the little period over here at the top. This next one, we're going to call it the flag note. And the flag note here is on number 4. And what we're going to do now is we're going to hit that period, which is going to highlight the period and the flag note. And then what we're going to do is we're going to press D. If you don't know what a D is, then you're just going to come over here and match the line with what you see on the score. And there you go. You got that dotted eighth. You got that dotted eighth note already set. And then you're just going to match these other notes. You see, we've got a 16th note on C. If you don't know what C is, you know what to do. Place the note where it is with your mouse. And then we got a half note coming up on a B. Then we got a quarter note on C. We got a dotted, here we go, a dotted eighth on B. So we're just going to hit, we're not going to hit B. That's not what we're going to do. We're going to hit 4 so we can highlight our flag note. Then we're going to hit our period. And then we're going to hit the B. And then we got another 16th note coming up. So we're going to hit that 3 and we're going to hit A. Then we're going to hit the half note again with a G, popping with a quarter note on an A. Then we're going to go to that eighth note again, or the flag note with a number 4 and hit that G, hit that A. Oh, we messed up. Hit that G, hit that F. We got ourselves a half note on a B. And here is where the next part of our tutorial comes in. We're going to hit E. We're gonna back out. We're gonna hit 5, which is gonna be our quarter note. Then we're gonna hit E. All right. So let's say that E that you hit, if you read music, doesn't match the E down here. Well, you can do one or two things. You can press the down button until it makes it to E, or you can do something faster. You can press Control and you can press down, and that matches immediately the E that you want. Okay. So all I did was press Control up or Control down. You can also do this with ledger lines as low as you want. But the whole point is to match this out and match this as fast as possible without having to overuse buttons. Okay, that's what we did. We just control up or control down. Let's move on to the next part of the tutorial. The next hotkey we're going to talk about is slurring. So let's go ahead and get our note up, which is we're going to press our 4, which is our flag note, which is our 8th note, and we're going to hit D. And now we're going to highlight that flag note, and we're going to come over here to what are called grace notes. Now, if you want to input the grace notes, you can. I would, because it's on the score. Trust the score. And you're just going to hit the one that matches. So we got 2/16 grace notes, and what you're going to do is you're going to match the grace note with the score. So we have a F and an E. So we have 2 grace notes, an F and an E. You're just going to come over here, and while that first grace note is highlighted, press the grace note again. You're going to hit the right arrow button so that you can highlight the next grace note, and you're going to match that grace note up with what's on the score. Now, here is where we get funky. The next thing we're going to talk about is slurs. Now, if you come over here and we highlight this note and I hit the S button for slur, as you can see, it adds this slur right here, which just makes everything legato. So we want to slur this first grace note with this D or this flag note. What we're going to do is we're going to highlight it. Now we're going to control and then highlight the one we want to slur. Now we're going to press S. Chan-chan. We just slurred the note. Let's keep it moving. We're going to press N so we can continue writing this piece. And now we got an E 8th note. We're going to go to our quarter note B. Then we're going to go F quarter note. That's not a B. That's a G. G. And then F. And now, we've got a half note rest, which is great because it's already put in there. But we go to the next one. We have another half note rest. Now we go right. We press the right arrow to go to the next note value, and we press N so we can input more notes. And then we start again. Now we go back in the text, but the notes are different. So we're gonna hit our quarter note or our stemmed note, and as you can see, it goes down the octave below C. So we want to hit control and hit up on the up arrow key to match the C with the C that we have in the score. And now we're going to go ahead and hit them up with a dotted 8th note or a dotted flag note. We're going to hit the 3, which is going to be our 16th note, into A. We're going to go to another half note. And guys, feel free to do this with 2 hands. It's kind of like typing, no shade. Like it kind of makes me think of typing. And once you do this a lot, you start to realize how much faster you can become with using 2 hands. We have slurs now. So what we're going to do is we're going to hit our 4. We're going to go to our B. And then we're going to hit our E, go back, and then we're going to press S. We're going to so we were here. We're going to go back to that B, highlight it, and then you're going to press S. Then we're going to go back and we're going to hit make sure our flag note is highlighted. Now we need to make sure we control down so we can match it up with the score. Easy. And we got that 16th note. Now you want to stop the slur here, I think, and I think you just stop the slur by pressing it. Chan chan. That's what we got. Shale core right here. Pow. E half note. We have just written out the first half of Karo Mi Ben. If we don't include the first part of me showing you how to put the project together, it took 10 minutes for me just to write the first half of Karo Mi Ben out. So let's take a listen to this bad boy. And you can take a listen to it by rewinding to start position, as you can see here at the top, and then start or stop playback. Okay. A. Ooh. Ooh. A. Ooh, come on, Grace. Bam, bam, bam. Easy. It's just really simple to do. And if you're in college and you have a lot on your plate, this is something that could really help you out through your college days. And I mean, if you're not in college and you're working and you're still singing and performing, this is something that can help you out. I used to work at McDonald's while in my undergrad. I would literally have this in my headphones while I'm at the grill. I mean, completely unsanitary, but you know where you're young, okay? You know, when I'm cleaning up, when I'm closing, I'm out there mopping, I'm out there sweeping, but I got the score in my ear, baby. That's what matters, okay? All right, guys, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification for information on future releases. For more in-depth guides, visit our Patreon. More in-depth music information at a fraction of the price. You can't beat it. Remember, it only takes efficient work, patience, and time to be great. Give this program a go, and I'll see you at the next video. Bye.